the hometown hero, and I believe the last Carolinas player left standing today. So, can the Carolinas defend their home turf, or will last year's invading champion come back to top 8 winner side to defend his title? We're about to find out here on Small Battlefield.
Oh, yeah, and a beautiful clash of colors. Honestly, I think the two are kind of matching the color scheme of the tournament. We got a nice, beautiful pink versus the bright blue bomber and Mega Man.
And beautiful little pellet there as Peeb again tries to defend the home turf here. This time not being the Carolinas, but the stage, as he just keeps Peach in disadvantage. But you can't keep her there forever, especially with that float. So he's just trying to chip away the damage, keep it slow. But the Metal Blade into the up air, and those tornadoes just do so much against floaty characters.
Oh, but speaking of floaty characters, Peep just sending Mute sky high with that up smash. Just raw.
Dude, I mean, something you see Mega Man players do a lot is those up smash out of shield, run up smash, because the multi-hit is active, it scoops really well, and it's good anti-air. So against characters like Peach, it's way lower commitment than something like that Shoryuken up tilt that even though it kills, you know, might be a lot scarier against a player as disciplined as Muteace.
Yeah. But right now, discipline indeed. Muteace has just been on the back burner this entire first stock, finally falling to the Flame Sword there. And honestly, it just feels like Muteace has not put up much counterplay so far.
I mean, have we even seen Mute win neutral? Like, I'm going to be honest, like, even there, it's a single hit. He resets right back to it. He hasn't had one advantage, say, other than that combo, right, that we saw at the beginning of the game. Peeb has just locked down the movement with those pellets, found the mix-ups with all the aerials, and every single Metal Blade that he's thrown out, it feels like it's hit its mark. So we're just locking it down right now, but finally getting an adjustment, dancing around these projectiles, and Mute getting a hit, but it's one hit to Peeb's 6 or 7.
Yeah, this is... It's really not tit for tat whatsoever. Peeb is just having his way here with Peach, which is a little tough. And I mean, honestly, it feels like this in general would be tough for Peach, who's kind of, you know, an aerial-based character for sure, with that float being that unique mechanic exclusive to Peach and Daisy. But Mega Man's so good at swatting characters out the air.
Yeah, unfortunately there, he's the one who's going to get swatted, right? Tries to find that Shoryuken, but instead it's going to be Peeb catching the stock hit against him as Mute catches the landing. Now the combo to boot, right? We were missing advantage states earlier, but now Mute's finding them in spades, not able to continue that one as the Metal Blade gets you out of dodge, and now the disjoints, right? These swords are sometimes where Peach can struggle without a turn-up in hand, and Peabnut's done an immaculate job at literally never giving Muteace a chance to pull them.
Yeah, I mean, but it feels like that Muteace has locked in here. Starting to get more than just a 1-2 blow. Gonna send Peabnut to the side with that forward air crown.
And honestly, that's really the matchup in a nutshell. Is if you can stop Peach from pulling turnip, right? We see Mega Man just can really lock her down, smother her, and use that sword to not give her a way in. But when she gets that turnip, she can contest the threat range, she can float around these pellets, find a way in, and then once she gets that regrab, I mean, it can just be all you wrote like that. With Metal Blade in hand too, Peach has got some combos, so Peabnut's got to be careful. Yeah,
Peeb has to kind of play on eggshells here. Was really, you know, doing whatever he wanted at the beginning of the game, but it has to kind of shift completely as Muteace has done the same. Decided to lock in and has put this game, in jeopardy. It could really go either way.
Okay, the pellets left, right, and center as Peeb just trying to find some chip damage, trying to control some spacing, right, and just condition the movement. Now gets the swing on shield, gets the up smash that we were talking about in stock 1. We hadn't seen one stock 2, but now we're right back to where we started. The Metal Blade up, what an extension from Peeb off the leaf shield. He is trying to lock it down here in the corner, but doesn't quite find it, and now it's Muteace's turn.
Yeah, that was an elemental combo utilizing Flame, Leaf, and Metal, but not enough to take the stock here. Muteace still has a fighting chance. A turn up in hand means dangerous things can come, but there goes the back air, so solid, and into the up tilt there. No sweet spot, but that's a big one.
Yes, sir. You might have missed the sweet spot on the up tilt, but when you send it back down, no such unluck. Peabnut takes game 1 that even though it was last stock, right, on paper, it really did feel like he was in the driver's seat from start to finish.
Oh yeah. And even at the end there was able to find the spike, which is just such an emphatic way to end the game, regardless of the percentiles. It's a tough one to bounce back from, but obviously Mute has been in this scenario many times before. I expect to see kind of a get back here in this game too.
Yeah, normally a knuckle sandwich is something different, but there it's between the hard knuckle and the blast zone, right?
Yeah.
Locking out game one, as you mentioned, with the emphatic fashion, but going right back here. Now getting 1, 2, trying for a third, but doesn't get its mark. A fourth one now, even still, Muteace just says, I don't care, I'm going to keep my combo going.
I'm going to go for it. Yeah, hard knuckle, one of those things you can actually spam on shield, as it has a lot of great advantage frames, but especially if you space it like it was there, Muteace can kind of just fight right back.
It can be plus on shield if you space it perfectly, or 0 if you don't. So as you mentioned, just incredibly safe, and that's why we saw Peep throwing it out over and over again. Even still, though, it feels like almost a reversal of the momentum from last game, because Mew's just playing the defense perfectly, now getting the down smash, even though it's just a get off me across the stage. It's still enough to force Peep to the corner, and that's where Muteace is gonna thrive here. Just playing this Fundies gameplay, taking a page out of other Peeps like Ling's Notebook, and just slowing down, playing the neutral game with the floats, and micro-spacing your way for an edge guard attempt.
All right, the turnips collide there, and Muteace is gonna have to find the stock a different way, but man, whoa. Peabnut trying to cook here with the rush, not giving the assist. The ledge trap is off, and there goes the dash attack to kind of break the silence, and Muteace trying to find the stock here. 178, it's looking a little tough here for Peabnut.
Yeah, Peep, though, somehow finding a way to survive. You know, Rush might have looked like it was a top 10 anime betrayal, but in fact, he, at the end of the day, comes back to give Peep, like man's best friend, Wood, another stock at life, even though it's not enough. Peep now 1 hit away from potentially answering back and keeping this one close. He needs to find a hit. He's not going to mix up with the grab, and instead just going to get the carry off the top. Muteace, a jump and air dodge. You can't do that. And instead, it's just going to be blowing that stock right away.
Yeah, that was perfect from Peabnut. Obviously, had Muteace stuck frozen in shield, and then saw an opportunity to kind of shield poke with that up air instead of going for anything more risky or dangerous.
Yeah, and finding 3 in a row is just actually insane from Peabnut. Now using those pellets to try and contest, crouch under it, even though it's not enough, still gets that A catch and that up tilt 2 platform to just keep the pressure going, mix up the height. Now leaf shield, again, just so good. The fact that you can run in that move is just insane against a character like Peach, because she literally can't combo you, right? She can't even throw that turnip in. She just has to wait it out. And so Peach is using it to its fullest to give himself extra turns, even still stuck in the corner.
Yeah, stuck in the corner, he is. And that's where Peach is most powerful, especially if you're throwing out haymakers like that. You can see Muteace looking to try to collect the stock here, but Muteace is completely fine with, you know, hitting you 1, 2, 3 more times, and that up air sends the stock home. Yes, sir,
but there's that leaf shield once again. Not going to find his hit, but Peep trying to find the shield poke with that Shoryuken, even still not going to be enough. This one not Marvel vs. Capcom, so no infinites to speak of here. Air, because that Metal Blade, even if you find it, might just disappear. The parry, though, gonna make it look like a 2D fighter, because, hey, parry DP, we've seen that one for decades.
Tale as old as time there, Ritual, and a beautiful one to see, in fact. But we're at last stock here. We're gonna have a great one.
Okay, now the down tilt keeps showing you new moves, even in the closing moments of Game 2. Going up 2-0 here versus a 1-1 can be an absolutely huge shift for him, but he's down in this one. Stuck with a grab off stage at the ledge, no jump to speak of, but getting the A-lane and the pellet to boot is going to create so much space. Turnip gone, but now you have to get down from the juggle, and Peach can be so good at that. Calls out the float cancel Nair, though, and so Peach's going to give himself one more chance to soar through these disjoints, get some shield pressure, and maybe a stock. No, not yet, and still has to find a way out of the corner. He just can't keep these feet on the ground.
Yeah, no, not at all. And there goes the big back air, though. Muteace's tried and true, consistent option to win games.
Yeah, man, those hips do not lie.
Not
that
all.
is for sure. And Peach is shimmy and shaking her way off that float to victory in game number 2. So 1-1, counter pick advantage on the line. And I'm going to be honest, as much as I'm sure the hometown crowd would love to see Peep take it in a 3-0, having this one go game 5, I think is in the best interest of all the viewers at home, because these two are technicians. Right? They're going to show you everything their character could possibly have here. Game number 3, counter pick advantage on the line. And, I mean, anything's possible.
Anything is possible, yeah. Sometimes you got to just watch Muteace work it. We're here on PS2. Said it once, said it twice, said it many times. Most of our greatest sets in Ultimate history have been played here. And these two can make more history here tonight.
They absolutely could. A larger stage here as the counter pick from Peabnut is very interesting to see. It gives Muteace a lot more time and space, right, to get these combos going. However, the floats do mean that you have a couple with against those high platforms, I mean, can give you a little bit more space as Peabnut to kind of get around some of these Peach combos if you can find a way out of dodge. Plus, just a little bit more space to slow down the game. The question is, can you do so effectively? Because in game 2, it was Mute controlling the pace of play.
Yeah, you can see, though, he's getting a little greedy. He's always trying to double dip with that hard knuckle, and for good reason. You get so much off of it. But Muteace just being able to work around that perfect DI, though, from Peabnut. And gonna see the light for only a bit longer here. 178 in the corner against Peach. You're not surviving.
Yeah, awkward air dodge. Oh, no, Mute just throwing off that Mr. Saturn. And honestly, I think that one was intentional. Just saying, hey,
it was.
Peeb's been immaculate with these catches. Yeah, I can pop your shield. Yeah, he's been throwing out these shields from time to time, but I don't want to risk it going to my favor in turn because I have to shield just so much in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, knowing a couple of Peach and Daisy players, a lot of times they don't like the randomness that stuff like Mr. Saturn and Bomb bring to their life. They love the more consistent little smiley face there.
Okay. Hey, Peabnut here now with turnip in hand, utilizing the crash bomber and everything else. Because, again, control space, force Peach to either double jump or full hop before burning a float, right? So she doesn't get these low to the ground aerials, and Peach can hold all that space under platform with pellets and everything else. And with Peach being floaty, no float in the tank, guess what? I mean, those juggles can go on for days. Yeah,
they can go for days on end. Speaking of days, Peabnut must have just had a day in the lab with this up tilt because he's been throwing it out frequently. And a move like that you rarely ever see, but Peabnut loving it right now, at least at this set.
Okay, I like that parry on the pellet.
Yep.
Mute just able to continue his way through every little tick, every little gnat of annoying damage as he just dances his way around the princess, trying to find the stock. The initial dash gonna catch the head catch, and yeah, you just can't get caught with a jump. Again, Mute, you had it happen to you once, right? Shame on Peeb, you had it happen to you twice. Well, I don't need to finish that one.
Yeah, that's a little rough. But, I mean, like I said, Peach is an aerial character. Character wants to be in the air, wants to be jumping. That's how you access your float. And Peep just taking full advantage of that.
Yeah, but just happening twice now, right? Peep is down, but not out. 160%. But Mega Man is a lot heavier than this little robot looks, right?
Oh, yeah.
Those steel limbs come in to full benefit, although he's going to get caught air dodging in there and might just lose his stock for his troubles so much. And like a bomb now.
I told you, it's inconsistency that Peach players just don't want in their life. Blows up right in Mute's hand and then makes this game a lot closer than it needs to be.
Yeah, that's so much. And the drag down, looking for that drag down back air, up tilt kill confirmed, but instead just one hit too many means that Mute pops out. Peeb now in disadvantage once again, stuck in the corner, but gets the coast to coast off just a couple pellets, and now Mute few resources and the air dodge. Yeah,
no.
There's nowhere to come back from that one.
Yeah, that was. If you see Peach air dodging, it is kind of curtains for that character. Their air dodge takes so long, and having a projectile spike like Mega Man does is just the perfect tool.
Okay, I like Peeb. They're finally going for that empty hop grab, even though he doesn't find it. Mute looking for one in turn, and we honestly have seen very few, if any, float cancel grabs from Mute, right? One of Peach's main tools, but there's going to be an attempt at a grab finally from Mute in the corner. Just keep that pressure, rinse, repeat, call out the rush jump, and that's going to be Mute. Locking in counter pick advantage. Definitely feels like after that game one, might have stolen a memory chip out of Mega Man or something.
Yeah, because that fair off the full hop off of the rush is just a classic way to end games. It's such a hard scenario to be presented with. You know, you're in the corner against Peach. She's floating with her back to you. You want to jump, you can't jump. You want to neutral get up, you can't neutral get up. You want to roll, and you most definitely can't do that against a player of Muteace's caliber.
And look at the difference right there. Peabnut, deep breath, eyes closed, full Zen mode, Muteace literally talking notes out loud to himself. These two have about as different ways to just resending themselves between games as possible. And the question is Peeb going to be able to find this game for force a fifth game on his home turf? Or is Mute going to triumph at Patchwork once again and send the Carolinas native to the losers?
Yeah, a two-time champion is a powerful thing to put to your name. And Muteace, especially with it being bigger and better, it'll be insane.
Okay, I like the Metal Blade. Now the Crash Bomber just, again, slowing the game down, right? Controlling space here. Here, even still, just not enough, but that float cancel in there, not going to find his mark, so Peeb able to keep the pressure going, even though still one overextension. He's just getting greedy at the worst moments, right? He's playing this disciplined game plan, and that's one swing too many that Mute is just being given an inch and taking a mile from.
Yeah, and what it really boils down to is that, Peabnut thinks he has opportunities that he doesn't. Peeb, like you said, is a calm, collected, and very calculated player, but sometimes, he gets that one opening and thinks it's a lot more than it is.
Okay, I really like these pellets, the Metal Blade. Again, Peeb controlling space, dancing around this platform, right?
Ooh.
That's been his home, because when you live underneath, it mixes up and limits the float timings that Peach can kind of have on you, right? Because if she goes too high, well, guess what? She has to land on platform. So she doesn't get to threaten turnips from the same distances, and you kind of get some combo extension. So Peeb just trying to hold it, slow it down, right? But even then, you pick up an item that puts you in a couple frames of lag, and that's just enough time for Peeb to hit you with that crown and take a stock.
Yeah, while that area may be his home, and home is where the heart is, it's hard to kind of get out of that corner, because if you're standing under that platform, Muteace can slowly but surely push you over there and get into that perfect Peach positioning, which is you in the corner with her back turn.
Yes, sir, and that parasol, right, allowing Mute to get off ledge. Now, though, all the jumps burn. Peeb had the clip with the pellet, but it wasn't enough, so Mute able to get the capitalization on the reversal here, potentially, no, not quite, so put back to the ledge, and a back toss on that Metal Blade.
Yeah,
gonna do just so much work, but still not gonna take the stock. Peabnut desperately trying to find a way to close this one out, but Mute's just not giving it to him.
Yeah, and a beautiful roll there from Muteace to kind of get past all the danger here. Speaking of danger, 137, shielding the back air. That's exactly what Muteace needed. So how will the stock be taken here?
I mean, that's the question, isn't it? Because I think Mute's is getting asked the same one by Peabnut. How do I hit you? How do I kill you right now? I've thrown out the back air, the forward air, even the F smash, the up tilt, nothing is working. Muteace, how do I get you off this screen? And right now, I mean, Mute is just saying, well, maybe we can get 3 stocks to 1.
Yeah, probably will give it to you, but you're going to miss that grab, and mine in the hands. There goes the forward throw. And the bomb, just going to throw it away. It was a Hail Mary. If it worked, it worked. But if it didn't, you get the down smash.
Yeah, and that spin to win is going to put us up in that faded 3 stocks to 1 territory here. Here, Mute now having one more chance. I like the float. Just slow it down. Down, and the Crash Bomber eating the hard knuckle. Yeah. So now it's going to be Peach with a turn. I'm getting the coast to coast. She gets the turnaround instead. And even though the Z-drop doesn't find its mark, Peach just still has the full stage to work with, 50%. I mean, are we going to see a 3 stock to close this set?
It's possible. So, like I was mentioning, Peeb thinks that he has these insane opportunities to capitalize on Muteace's mistakes, but that's a testament to Muteace's defense, being able to kind of mask your weaknesses as actual offense, and Peeb has been falling for it every time, and the counter would have been crazy.
Yeah, but the set damage on that one just means that, hey, it's not going to do quite enough, it's not going to get you quite far enough away, so Peeb's still able to find the punish, finally get on the board. Mute now says, okay, I can't get a 3 stock, maybe a JV3, but here against Mega Man, right, the pellets, the Leaf Shield says that one's not so likely either. Muteace just trying to close this one out, but we've seen Peabnut find these quick combos, find these stocks, and steal these stocks and games away before. If he can get back to neutral, if he can find a neutral win, anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, on the reads, Muteace is completely locked in, not letting Peabnut get away with much. Oh, tries to kind of bop up off the Crash Bomber there, but not quite working. Peeb still has a good advantage state here, Ritual, on the up airs. Not able to find the second, though.
Yeah, and I like that. If you try to drift in, like we've seen Mute do time and time again, you get the up air. Otherwise, well, Mute just has to reset to the corner and try and find a way out. Does so, though, and picks up the Metal Blade to fight a way back to neutral proper. Now the float cancel neutral air. That's Peach's best single option in so many situations. Woo! The get up with the Toad, and it's going to be not Peach, but her loyal bodyguard that closes out the set. What other way to close out our top 8 winner side qualifiers?
Yeah, that was a perfect call out from Muteace, on the get up attack, using that Toad. We saw Muteace kind of pulling out that Toad a little bit more. It was going to be the ace in the hole, ace in the sleeve to kind of end the set, and that's exactly what happened.
And listen, while winner's side for Muteace is a reality, I think winner's side for Peabnut might be a little bit of a lost paradise. And speaking of Lost Paradise, you can use code Patchwork2024 with a capital P for 15% off at checkout of the entire website. You can go to www.lostparadise.club today to redeem that offer. And not only that, they also have the sick merch, and every single percent, 100% of their proceeds go to this tournament here at Patchwork. So you can support them, and you can continue to support us by tuning in right after this 5-minute break.